And hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing Blockception 2. Honestly, I'm not positive this is going to work because I had some problems at the start and like it thinks that I'm cheating or whatever, but it pops up whenever you load up the world. So like there's not a timer or anything we can easily tell off of, and I started with 2 deaths with absolutely nothing I could do about it. And I removed and reloaded the world a couple times, and my word, I'm jumping over everything. And it didn't fix it, so I'm just presuming it was a problem with this version of the map. I also tried a couple different versions because I was originally 1.16.5, but the map says that it's for 1.16.2, so I went ahead and, after trying it a couple times in 1.16.5, went ahead and fixed it or switched versions and stuff like that to try and fix it, and yeah, I don't know why. But ultimately it thinks I'm cheating, and it's very sad. And yeah, I mean, that about sums up my experience trying to start this map. Yeah. Okay. I do love these Blockception maps, though. Like, we've gotten back to Blockception 2 now. I might even make it back to the first map at this rate. Because despite all my talking about, trying to find other stuff besides parkour, I haven't located anything yet. So I presume that I'm going to keep going with parkour for a while. However, I do have some plans for some other content that we're going to start mixing in. I do not think we're going to have build battles this week. Riptide says that he's still busy with holiday stuff, so there's a decent chance we're going to be missing another week of build battles, which is pretty sad, but there's not much we can do about it unless maybe what I'll do, just for the sake of not letting the series die, is I'll pull in somebody else to fill Riptide's shoes. And we can go from there. And I'll feel kind of bad replacing Riptide for a week, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And if Riptide's busy, then then I'm willing to replace him for a week. I'm not saying he's replaceable, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Except for not really. I'm sorry, Riptide. Don't sue me. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's probably a good idea to go with. Also, the checkpoints are broken. The gold blocks work as checkpoints, even when they're not supposed to. That's so cursed. What does it say? Green blocks give jump boost. Yes. Very cool. Also, I'm unaware of what level I'm on due to the problem as well. So I just kind of got to roll with it. Like, it said the map was 20 to 40 minutes long, so I'll kind of just take their word for it and presume that that's about all the longer it'll take. The blue man tends to be pretty accurate, and if anything, will a lot of times overestimate how long it'll take rather than anything else, at least for my experience playing his maps. Obviously different depending on skill levels and stuff like that. Whoops. Hit my head. Having to get used to new headphones. It's always weird. I know I'm kind of jumping between different thoughts right now, but yeah. Yeah, like regardless of how much you like a new pair of headphones, it can always be weird switching for the first week or whatever. Okay, cool. Inrod's going up. Because I don't know how many levels there are, it's a bit hard to set a death goal. Because typically, my goal is just, hey, get less deaths than there are levels. So yeah. Also, in the midst of making new content, maybe what I should do, as I'm considering starting to move away from parkour, is I could do a couple videos that are just like revisiting some of the parkour maps that got me into parkour in the first place. And kind of have a bit of a nostalgia trip with some of it for a couple weeks. Or something. I don't know. I'm kind of at a point where like I have a lot of ideas. I just kind of need to execute on it now. I hate these speed blocks so much, and I'm so far now that I really don't want to die on them. So I'm kind of like, take it slow. Oh, yeah, cool. We're finally done with that. They'll probably come back in some sense later, but for the moment, we're good. I'm also pretty sure that we will have 2 blocks of this size, so I presume that once we get out of whatever the current massive block we're in, once we get out of it, I'm pretty sure there'll be 1 more. Because that's kind of how every map's gone, is like, map 3, there were 3 of them. Map 4, there was 4. Map 5, there was 5 of them. So I'm guessing that that's just kind of how it's going to go. Ooh, I almost didn't catch that. That would have stunk, especially considering how close that was to a checkpoint. Oops, lag. Okay. Nope. Underjumped it. Ah, my least favorite type of jump. Oh, I didn't get the speed for it. Like, these kind of speed jump boosts are some of my least favorite. But yeah. I don't know, it's weird. Like, I'm so excited to get into making new content that's different than what I've done, but I'm also so nervous about it, and it's such a big thing to think about for my channel right now that whenever I'm recording, I'm kind of thinking about it to some degree. And there's such a mix for me right now between excitement and like kind of nervousness over it. But overall, I think it should be some good changes. You know, maybe we'll be bringing in some more edited content or whatever. Less rambles. I'll be sad for Blazer, though, because he likes my rambles. Whoops. Like, that's perhaps my main concern. Well, not my main concern, but one of my main concerns is also that I built such an audience around heavily unedited, when there's any sort of edits, it's hard cut kind of content, that I do slightly worry about, you know, ever moving into it. And I've also had some bad experiences with edited content in the past with some editors I've had work with me. And like, you know, there's been a lot of hesitancy from that, which then makes it hard for me to, you know, work with anyone for it. But then it almost always feels like, then if there's somebody that's been trying to talk me into it for a while that finally breaks me down, I'm like, all right, I'll let you try editing for me. They almost always ghost me after a week or whatever. I'm always just like, Or like you get the case of Riptide where it's like, you know, he edited it for me for a bit, but then ended up being too busy to continue doing it on a longer term scale. Because part of the problem is, you know, the editor for any channel has to have as much, if not more, passion for editing as the YouTuber has to have for creating videos. So, like, because I have a very strong passion to do daily videos, it makes it all the more difficult to find somebody that has enough passion to be willing to edit daily videos. Ooh, the second one's an anvil. What was the first one? What's that block? I don't know. An observer something? I don't know. Maybe it's a furnace and just looks weird from the side. But yeah, back to kind of what I was saying. Like, it's just so hard to find somebody with a passion level to be willing to do enough. And I'm more than willing to have an editor that is only willing to edit once or twice a week. The only problem is I need somebody that would be willing to consistently edit once or twice a week. Like, look, my videos on Friday and Monday can be edited, and, you know, you're going to have to be willing to consistently edit that a week. And if something comes up and you're not able to, I need to be aware so that I can plan around it and stuff like that. It's just really difficult. It's part of why like I have so much hope for the Rich on Itch family too. Is it feels like a good balance of, you got two people that make heavily edited content that once or twice a month pretty consistently that are involved, and switching between the two of them, and along with Riptide and Nightmare willing to do some editing and me whenever it's necessary and stuff like that, it allows the availability to get it edited for sure, and then it's just a matter of recording. And because we have it set up where we don't have to have all 5 people for every recording, and that the hope's just like, look, at least get 3 of us or something, and then it can be a Rich on Itch video. It makes it easy to get more consistency for it. And it's also possible, through all this while I'm talking about all this, that I put an overabundance of necessity on consistency. Like, it's definitely possible that consistency isn't as important as I give it credit for when it comes to YouTube. You think of creators like Technoblade and stuff like that post at very irregular points in time, but are still super popular. But I feel like, if you're making a YouTube channel, you have to bring something to the table for your viewers. And for the sake of, creators like me, that, the main thing that I can bring to the table is consistency. Like, all right, you get a video every day. I might not be, the smartest, most funny guy, but you can consistently guarantee that, if you look at my channel around 12 p.m. CST, there'll be a video. And I feel like that goes a long way for, creators that are, a bit less interesting, don't have insane PvP skills and stuff like that. But yeah. Oh, hey, we made it. I don't get anything special for it because the game thinks I'm cheating. But, yeah, this is pretty cool. Let me actually go into spectate. I want to see what this block was from the front. I'm guessing a furnace. I'm guessing. That's not the front, is that? Yeah, it's a furnace. Just looks really weird from the side. I don't know, just in general, 16 by 16 blocks typically look weird, but with all the added in little textures, it makes it even weirder. Anyway, guys, I hope you all enjoyed. I'd like to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. God bless. Bye-bye.